What's up, guys? Welcome again to No Flips, Just Figs, where it's all about the figs. So, check it out. Next, we're going to review Super 7 Series 2 from New Japan Pro Wrestling, the King of Darkness, Evil himself. So, of course, here is the brown box that Super 7 is known for to protect their figures. Beautiful, layer of protection. Some details here in the back. So, of course, without further ado, let's move on. So, we're going to have to find the right spot to open this cardboard box. We're going to then pull out Mr. Evil. So, here we have the back of the packaging, New Japan Pro Wrestling, King of Sports. Beautiful illustration, beautiful artwork. Just the front, just amazing. That just pops. King of Sports, New Japan Pro Wrestling. Just wonderful. And, of course, we have this additional layer, this plastic bag over him or covering so that you'll protect your figure packaging. So we're going to take my little trusted scissors to remove this tape. Don't want to damage too much of it. There we are. And again, here's just the art. And let's reveal Mr. Bushi. Mr. Evil. I just did that review for Bushi earlier and it's still on my mind. I liked it so much. So here is Evil in all his glory. Just looking beautiful. Just the colors, the head scan, really, really cool. So, let's see what we got. Let's see what we're working with here. Let's go ahead and open this up. There we are. All right. And even the back of the inside of the packaging right here, just beautiful, beautiful artwork, even in the back of it. All right. So here we have Evil. So here we have the additional head scan, the multiple hands. So whatever you want him to do with his hands, he is likely going to be able to do it. In the back, we have this back here. I'm not sure what you would call it. Is it, I guess, a scepter or something? It's got some tape to keep these two pieces of plastic together. We'll go ahead and crack that open. There we are. Check this out. Now, this is really cool. I think Brian Myers was talking about this and how big it is. Yeah, it's pretty long. Really, really cool. And then, of course, the figure himself. Let's take this off back here. And, as I've mentioned before, if you're on the fence with Series 2, from Super 7, New Japan, because you were maybe a little bit disappointed with Series 1, I gotta say, a huge improvement, from Series 1 to Series 2. So if you're on the fence because you were a little bit disappointed with Series 1, these are definitely an incredible improvement, so you will not be disappointed with Series 2. Just look at the soft good here, the fabric, just beautiful. Just a beautiful looking figure, beautiful looking, soft goods. And this is kind of like it's not even a flat fabric kind of surface. It's more like a furry kind of fabric. So just beautiful, just beautiful. And then, of course, like I mentioned, you have all your additional hands and you have that additional head scan. We'll let me pop it out so I can show it to you guys. So looking really good. This one has the mouth open. I guess not necessarily screaming, but definitely make it some kind of statement. So let's see how hard it's going to be to take this off. All right, so we're gonna take this off here, just like a regular coat. That's cool. All right, so far not terribly difficult. Tetsuya Naito, getting him out of those that shirt and that sweater. Yeah, that was a pretty tough. Trying to do it gently enough to where you wouldn't damage it, but at the same time, you needed to apply some force. And so for this, I think we're gonna need to pull off the head. All right, so let's see. Is this Velcro? Kind of looking here to see if this was Velcro, but yeah, it is Velcro. There it is. Wow, that's really cool that they added the Velcro. Brian Flynn has stated many times he is not a fan of Velcro per se on the shirts, but I guess this one is to where it's tucked in, back here. So I guess you can't really see the Velcro. So that's really cool. A lot easier to remove than I thought it was going to be. So just look at this beauty right here. This great stitching, great fabric, a wonderful, wonderful piece. So here's the head scan that it comes with. More of a stoic look, if you will. And then we have the other one that I mentioned earlier, kind of a statement expression. So pop the head in. Let's see how it looks. And you always want to be kind of careful with this. So this one, you'll see the kind of that giraffe looking neck. So I'm gonna see, maybe I need to push it in further, but I don't want to damage it. So I'll work on that later. But I mean, this one looks good. This one sits pretty good. So this one, I think I guess it's supposed to fit better with the fabric garment that it comes with. I'm not quite sure, but maybe it'll just need some heat and see if it fits better with some heat. But this one looks great. This one looks perfect. Sits on the shoulders really well. As far as articulation, your Super 7 New Japan articulation, single joints here. There's rotation on the fist. Not sure why they add that. I mean, I don't know anybody's fist that rotates like that. And if you know somebody that does that, take him to a doctor. But here we have this. This is removable. It's just rubber, kind of like same as Mattel's WWE. When they put those elbow pads, rubber elbow pads. Articulation, same. You kind of know the drill. The knee pads are really good looking, really unique. They have this kind of design. I really like these. I really don't like the Mattel bulky ones. This one I do see some QC issue right here. I think maybe the fabric paint rubbed off a little bit on the leg. I'll see if I can clean that up a little bit later. But looks great. As far as articulation goes, here we have the ankle. There's no real swivel, just kind of forward and backward. There's no swivel here at the knee or at the calf. None here at the leg either. But I think Brian Flynn has talked about this several times. He wants the figures to look as, I guess, human-like as possible, with as little bit of cuts as possible. So the articulation is not the latest and greatest, but still, it's a great figure. Really like it. And then this is, of course, the rubber right here. So it gives it that additional, layer to the figure. But just a great figure. Like I said, they're not Mattel Ultimates, but you don't really need, at least not in my opinion, all that crazy articulation. I think just with what we have is great. Could you maybe add some more? Sure, you could, but it doesn't take away anything from the figures. And like I said, if you're on the fence because of a disappointment from Series One, uh, fret not. You know, Series Two definitely lights and years ahead. Uh, quite an improvement. So here we have these, and I'm gonna try to stand him here next to his brethren, his Series 1 and the rest of Series 2 that I reviewed earlier. You can check out those videos. And like I said, if you're curious about the ring that these are being displayed on, it's available on eBay at the moment. I will try to post a link on the videos as well. So check them out. Super 7, New Japan Series 2, great figures. Just amazing figures. So go ahead and grab your set from either Ringside Collectibles or Big Bad Toy Store. You won't regret it. Until next time, guys.